Hey y'all, welcome back to the page. I am Laurie Anne, Community Manager and Designer for Southern Charm Wreaths. Today we're going to be making a beautiful spring hydrangea wreath. I'm super excited about this, so let's get started. Let me show you some of the elements that we'll be working with today. So I have chose this wonderful bright pink hydrangea. It is gorgeous, and I have also chosen a lighter pink that will go together. For color contrast, these two work perfectly together. It is a monochromatic design, meaning that I'm using all the same color, however the shades are going to be different. Okay, to get started, you will notice the size of this bloom is quite big. Actually, it is right at an 8-inch bloom, so it is really big. I'm working on a 16-inch grapevine wreath that I have cleaned up, and it is ready to go. I have purchased 8 of these blooms, 4 in the darker shade pink and 4 in the lighter shade of pink. These are very popular. You see them in all the magazines, especially for spring. I have cut the stem off, right? I have cut the stems off. I have taken the leaves off, and I have cut them down to right at about 4 inches. So the stem right here is about 4 inches long. I probably am going to cut them down a little bit more, but that's going to give me a start. Okay? All we're simply going to do is we're going to glue these in around the wreath. All right? This is pure hydrangea. I might throw in a little bit of pink rose just for some texture. But for the most part, this is going to be all hydrangea. Okay. So when you insert something in a grapevine wreath, we don't want it to go straight in to our grapevine wreath. You see that right there? I'm not putting it straight in. I want to put it in at an angle, and then I can bend my stem up. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the stem, and I'm going to begin to insert. And I'm going to bend it up. Okay? When we insert, we want to go with the grain or the way the vines are going. Okay? Now, to complement this, I'm going to come in with the next one. And I'm just going to insert it in at an angle, and I'm going to bend it up. Okay. I like the 2 different shades because it allows our eye to have a lot of interest. If it was one color, it would be beautiful, but the 2 different shades also give our eye more interest. I'm going to come back with a pink one, a light pink one. We're going to put it right here. Okay, I'm making sure that they are all at the same height. Some aren't sunk down more than others. I'm going to cut this last one down. We're going to put this one right here. There we go. See how pretty? Very pretty. Now, what I want to do is I want to go back in and fill in some holes. So the way you can do that is you can bend and separate your hydrangeas out. Because what we're also trying to do is make sure that we keep our form. Okay, as you can see, we have our wreath up on the easel. Now let's talk about our shape and form. Although the insertion was very well, you want to make sure that your form, the form of your design is really in the place it should be. We don't want something sticking off to the side a little bit. We want to make sure that we have a constant or complete a circle that looks well, and this one looks really good. The next thing that you can do if you choose is you can go in and insert some of the hydrangea leaves that come with your hydrangeas. You can come in here and fill in that. I personally like the hydrangeas themselves without the leaves. However, I need a little teeny bit of contrast color. I want to break this pink up just a little bit, and I love these pink roses. The little teeny green leaves are going to give it a little bit of contrast and different texture, and that's what I'm looking for. Now, I have my stem cut up, and I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to clip off some of these leaves, because you can add these leaves in also. Just cutting them down. Okay, I have my roses, my really pretty sweet roses cut up, and we're going to begin to go around and think about where we'd like to fill a little bit in with some color. Now, I have a little teeny hole right here that I'm going to fill in, and I'm just going to insert it right there. All right, we're going to go around and we're going to put some of these roses in. Get that a little lower. There we go. I have a little hole right here, so I'm going to come in and put some of this in. You don't have to do this if you want it straight hydrangea. You can purchase one extra hydrangea if you'd like. Break up or cut up that last hydrangea. Take some of the blooms off and fill in the blooms that way. I have one over here that I'd like to insert. Right here. I have another one right over here. See how that green is just breaking it up just a little bit. Okay. Now what you can do with your leaves that you cut off your rose stem is you can go in here and add a little bit of greenery just to give it, just to break that color up just a hair. Is that we don't want items on the same plane, okay? You don't want, I didn't want to take this green leaf and put another green leaf directly across from it, right? We want it to step down or step up. We don't want things parallel on the same plane, okay? Now, the last thing we need to do is put a hanger on. So I'm going to bring you back down and show you how to make the hanger for this. I don't want to take away from the wreath. This is going to really pop off the door, and I want all the attention to go to the wreath. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap this around, right? And I'm going to tuck this ribbon underneath this hydrangea. Right there like that. There we go. So I have a top and a bottom. And I'm going to think about how far I want my hanger to come up. And honestly, I want my hanger to come up like 5 inches. So I'm going to cut right at 6.5 inches. So this is approximately how long I want my hanger to be, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right at 6 inches. I'm going to cut this off, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to zip tie. I'm going to pinch these together, and I'm going to zip tie these ends. Before I tighten it down, I'm going to make sure that my ribbon is in the direction it should be. I'm going to do this really tightly, and I'm going to cut off the excess. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this hanger to where the zip tie part is on the inside and the back, and I have a hanger right here like that. See that? So we have our hanger. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bow, and I'm going to put the bow right here. So I'm going to measure out maybe 18 inches for a tail, and I'm just going to make a 2-loop bow. And I am thinking I want them to be a 6-inch loop. We're going to put that right there. I'm going to measure out another 18 inches. I'm going to cut this off. Okay, and this is what we have. I'm going to take some florist wire. I'm just going to wrap this around it very quickly and tack it down. You don't have to do this, but it's a good way to keep it in place. I'm going to cut the excess off. I'm going to take this and I am going to pinch it together, and I'm going to twist or zip tie this portion down. To the actual ribbon. I'm zip tying down to the actual ribbon hanger. I'm going to get everything lined up before I get it completely down. I'm going to turn my twist tie to the back and get it to where it's very tight. Right? And I'm going to cut the excess off. Just like that. And there we go. We have the hanger. Now, you can choose, which is what I'm going to do. You can choose to come in and cover up the center, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to cut about a 5-inch piece. Let's see if I want to fold it over. Yeah. So I'm going to take a 5-inch piece. I'm going to fold it over. And I'm going to cover up my mechanic in the middle. So I'm just going to wrap it around it. And I'm going to tie it in a knot. just like this. And I'm going to cut off the excess. And there we go. We have a beautiful hanger. Let's put it back up on the easel and we'll show you what it looks like. Now we have it back up on the easel. Let's adjust our ribbon tails, and we want to make sure that we turn the ends under. We fold them under because it will fray if you cut it. Okay, and then you can curl it any way you'd like. Very pretty. But there you go. This is a very simple way to make a stunning wreath. It turned out gorgeous. It's hydrangeas. We did 2 different shades of pink. I went in and added a little teeny bit of rose in just to give it a little bit of different texture, and I added some small rose leaves in as well. And then we did a hanger, and it ended up really pretty. Please let us know if you have any questions in the comments. Thank you again for joining me. If you know somebody who enjoys making wreaths or would like to learn how to make and increase their skill level, please share this video with them. Just pass it on. I know they would be so thankful for it. We would love to have you join us in our wreath making community, Wreath Making of the Month Club. If you'd like more information about that, you can go to southerncharmwreaths.com. Okay? Thank y'all once again for joining me. I hope I was able to show you a wonderful way to make a stunning wreath to go on your door, a neighbor's door, or even make to sell. Y'all have a good day. Remember, be blessed, and as always, y'all be a blessing to somebody else. We'll see you soon. Thanks.